Hey everyone, Julian here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make hard melodic rave techno. We're going to be talking about the actual melodic elements, the three main layers you need to know. I'm going to be showing you some, and then I'm going to be making it from scratch. To go along with this video, I just dropped a new sample pack called Definitive Hard Melodic Techno Synths Volume 1. The link is right at the top of the description. Don't miss out, guys. It's these 10 super awesome kits with bass, lead, and pad for all 10 of them. They've got the individual layers, plus the MIDI, plus loops, as well as the Ableton file. So it's literally everything you need. There's some great kits in here. Some really awesome stuff that's going to help you take your tracks to the next level. I promise there's nothing else like this on the market. You need this if you want to make this style of music. Go ahead and grab it while it's available at the top of the description. It's also got a free pack of bonus drum loops. It's literally everything you need to make an awesome track in this style, and it's a really great way to support yourself making the best music of your life, There's not a lot that you can really do right now that's going to help you take your tracks to the next level today, but I promise if you grab this, it really actually will help you get there today. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. And let's dive in. Alright, so we're on 145 BPM, and these are our main layers that we need to make these kinds of tracks. So typically you're going to have a bass, which is going to be your chord progression. You're going to have a lead over top of it. Which is really like the melody, right? And then this pad as well. Now these pads are very unique because usually a pad is like a lot of notes, right? It's playing chords, but you can see what's happening here is it's playing it's a one note pad, and then it's following with the bass line where it's changing the progression at the same time, but it's not playing the same notes. It's like we're creating these two note chords between these two elements. So those are all the layers. Let's go ahead and make them from scratch now. So I'll usually start with the bass. Let's get a wavetable patch going, like just a nice Reese. Cool. We got a saw wave. Let's set the amp envelope like that. Okay, and then we're going to add in another oscillator, maybe from this distortion stuff over here. Maybe a little LFO on that oscillator position and bring it down a little. Detune those, then we're going to add some unison. Little sub oscillator too. Alright, sounding pretty good. We're just going to get an amp now. And kind of blend it like that. Utility, converting the bass to mono. Cool, and there's the bass sound. So now we can take that, and we're going to make a progression. I'm going to be in the key of G minor here. So typically, there's a few different voices you could really use. I'll show you the scale. So this is the scale that we typically use right here. Right? If I take that and just stretch all those out a little bit. Right, it's the root note, the ninth, the minor third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the minor seventh, and then back up to a root note up top. So once you realize it's those voices in any key, it becomes a lot easier. Now, typically, a really good voice to start on would be like the root. Then we can go to the sixth, which is 8 notes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the fourth is like a great way to kind of like equalize it in the middle, which is 3 notes down from the sixth. Right? I'm sure you guys have heard that a ton. So once you have that bass, just kind of like establishing the progression, that's when I usually go and write the lead. So we use wavetable for that again. Let's do something. Let's use like the basic shapes and like a noise unison. Maybe the amps like that, you know? But then let's use a bit of FM. Maybe detune it a tiny bit. Okay, and then what we're going to do is put an envelope on the FM amount. So it kind of gives us a bit of texture. Cool. Let's do maybe a little bit of echo. Like a slight reverb, and then we're gonna do some drum bus, but we're gonna blend it. Alright, so now we can go and we can write the lead line over this. So the lead is kind of meant to not drone as much, right? Like let's use, so using that same scale, let's do the root note, the fourth, Alright, so you see what's happening here is we're doing a bit of call and response. So as far as the notes go, we're in G minor, so we're doing root note, fourth, sixth, fifth, another fourth, and then a third. But then what's happening is you have the call and response where the first time it ends on the third into the fourth, and then the second time it's the minor seventh into the root note. So you see that donor, donor. And see, it makes it resolve really nicely. So it's not just thinking about the voices, but it's like how you can use these voices to create that kind of call and response pattern. Alright, bringing in a little bit of a detuned saw wave, square wave. Cool, so that's almost everything. Now let's do the pad. So for the pad, we're going to use another wavetable. I'm going to do, it's going to be very simple. Usually the pads, I don't really do a crazy patch because it's up so high. And this is something I actually learned back in the day from Seamless R, the dubstep guy. You may remember him, and like Neuro and all that. He said like, you know, the higher in pitch your sound is, the less crazy the synth can really be because there's not so much, like when you play a really low note like this, it's so low, the fundamental harmonic, that the higher harmonics, you can add a lot more on top. When you're trying to do this like high up pad like that, you don't really have so many like high harmonics that can be added, so you can't really have like the craziest patch. Cool, but let's add like a little bit of reverb to that. Okay, so now what this is gonna do is we're gonna actually look at the bass, which is easy to do because you can do that whole thing with Ableton, right, where you just select both of them. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make chords here. So like, for example, this root note on the bass is playing G. So then let's add an A sharp on the pad. So now we have a basic minor dyad. Okay, and then we can duplicate that. And we can do... And sometimes I have this change when the bass isn't. But there you go, you can see it's almost playing like its own melody up high like that. We can even put it an octave higher. And there you go, you have this catchy thing that, again, creates chords with the bass line. And the other thing is these don't clash. Even though they are kind of similar sounds, you're not having to do all this crazy mix stuff to make these work together. And it's very easy because it's basically just the fact that this is up so high. And even though this is a similar sound, it's down much lower. So when you put them together, they're not going to clash. Like, that's the beauty of these three elements, is that they don't really clash when you put them together because they're so different. You're not really having to do that much crazy mixing to make it work. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get the definitive hard melodic techno synths volume 1. The link is right at the top of the description. Definitely go check that out, guys. It's something you can get right now at a very affordable price. It's going to take your tracks to the next level today. You can hear it's all awesome stuff, and if you grab this, I promise it's really going to help you. Today, you get the Ableton files, plus all the individual layers and the MIDI and all that, plus the free bonus drum loops. It's a great value. Click that link, go grab it. You can't miss this one. I'm telling you guys, you're going to really want this to take your tracks to the next level. And this new year, you can also check out my lessons, ghost production, and track finishing. The link for that is at the top of the description, as well with my email, so you can hit me up with any questions. Definitely hit that up. It's a great way to take your career to the next level. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Enjoy the pack, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.